All right, in this video, we're going to be calculating flow rate, specifically in GPM or gallons per minute. So if you can imagine, we've got water flowing through a pipe. We're going to assume the pipe is flowing full. The diameter of the pipe is going to be 12 inches, and we have a velocity, or the speed at which water is traveling through that pipe, at 2.5 feet per second. All right, so first we need to figure out the area of the pipe, meaning this right here, the cross-sectional area, and then we can take that with the velocity. So we're looking for our formula. Q is equal to area times velocity, right? Q equals AV. Remember that that formula is also on the old formula sheet. When you look at the right-hand side, you'll see a section for flow, velocity, and area. On the new formula sheet, you're still there. You'll just see it kind of in the middle section toward the bottom there. Q equals area times velocity. Now we're directly given velocity, so I'm going to fill that one in. We've got that at 2.5 feet per second. What I'm not directly given is that area component. So let's figure it out. So the area of a circle, again, we're going to use the water math formula, 0.785 times my diameter squared. Now where some students mess up here is the units that they put the diameter in. We're always going to talk about diameter of pipe in terms of inches, whether it's 12 inches, 3/4 inches, 36 inches, it's always going to be in inches. The key here though is you want to plug the diameter in feet, right? That way you get your area in square feet. So when you come over here to your flow problem, you get square feet times feet per second. That's how we get to cubic feet per second. Now you can plug the area in inches, but your answer here is going to then be in square inches. Then you got to convert from square inches to square feet. So save yourself that headache. Let's just go right to inches. So in this example, 0.785 times diameter, in this case 1 feet, times 1 feet. Now if you don't remember how to convert from inches to feet, remember that whatever we have in inches, we're always just going to divide it by 12 because there's 12 inches per foot. So in this case, 12 divided by 12 gives us 1. Whether it's 3/4 of an inch or whether it's 36 or 72, we're always just going to divide by 12 to get us here. So what does this end up being? My area ends up being 0.785 square feet. So now this is what we plug up here, 0.785 square feet. Now all we need is our handy dandy calculator, 0.785 times 2.5 is going to give me a flow of 1.9625 cubic feet per second. Now pay attention to those units. We might be asked to calculate the flow rate in CFS. Great, this is where we stop. Oftentimes we're asked to calculate it in GPM. So really pay attention to those units because now we've got to convert. So let's turn this volume or flow problem, I should say, into a unit conversion. 1.9625 cubic feet per second. Now remember, a bunch of different ways to go from CFS to GPM. I'm going to start by doing it the long way. So we're going to draw up our conversion factor. We want to get rid of cubic feet. So top versus bottom, it's got to go the opposite side, cubic feet. And we're trying to get to gallons. I know there's 7.48 gallons in every 1 cubic foot. Make sure you say this conversion factor out loud or in your head. 7.48 gallons equals 1 cubic foot. If you switch the numbers around, but you say it out loud, you'll say it and realize, oh, 7.48 cubic feet per 1 gallon. No, that's not right. Go check your formula sheet, double check you got it lined up. So this is going to allow us to cancel out the cubic feet. Now we need to take care of the seconds. Seconds needs to go on the opposite side. So this time we're putting it up top. We're trying to get to minutes. In this case, there's 60 seconds for every 1 minute. Now I left that number in my calculator. I suggest you do the same. I'll leave the whole thing in there, times 7.48 because it's on top, times 60 because it's on top. That gets me to 880.77 gallons per minute, or GPM. Now, for those of you that like the shortcut, remember that this in brackets right here, 7.48 times 60 is always going to be 448.8. So that is essentially a cheat sheet, if you will, to get from CFS to GPM is use that 448.8. Keeping in mind that that 448.8 number is not on the old formula sheet, but it is on the new one now on this column right here. So if you forget it, like, okay, which way am I going? You can always go that route. 880.77 if we're looking for GPM, 1.96 if we're looking for CFS.